this lecture is about the difference between manufacturing sector and industrial sector. It's an interesting question to discuss, right? What is manufacturing sector and how it is actually different from industrial sector? To explain this one, if I would like to say, what's the difference between a rose and a flower? Flower is a broad category and rose is just a subsection of that broad category. Like that, manufacturing sector is actually a sub-part, because we have processing, we have extraction, we have promotion, many other different fields in industrial sector. Like flowers, there is a rose. Like industries, there is manufacturing. So manufacturing is actually a subsection or subsector of the broad sector called industrial sector. This is what the difference we call as manufacturing sector and industrial sector. Now coming back to the role or the contribution of manufacturing sector to the national economy or GDP, what we call as, for example, when we are actually talking about agriculture, agriculture contributes less than 16% in our GDP. But when you talk about, that is primary sector, right? When you talk about secondary sector as a broad category of industrial sector, it is more than 27%. Out of 27%, 17% is actually apart from what we say as manufacturing sector. So what we say the role of manufacturing to the national economy, that is very less in comparison with other neighboring nation. That means out of 27%, just a meager 10% is what the contribution that we are having from manufacturing sector, which is very less. Why I say this? For example, let us differentiate between manufacturing sector and industrial sector. One more example. Let me talk about puffs, right? Puffs, veg puffs, for example. Or you talk about potato chips, or you talk about burgers, pizza, whatever it is. For example, let me talk about potato chips, right? If the potato is actually an input that is coming from agriculture sector and it enters into the industrial sector, the potato is processed into a chip, right? It is processed into a small sliced chips. Then the process from potato to chips is just a manufacturing, converting or enhancing the primary goods into more quality or more value-based good is what we call as manufacturing sector. And apart from this, in the same chips industry, it is processed, packaging and promoting, marketing, many other works are there which are also part of secondary sector, in which manufacturing plays a very simple role. But what generally people believe in manufacturing sector, growth is higher, for example 10 to 12%, that is our expected rate of growth per annum, but it is still less than some 7%, which is not advisable. Many of the advanced nations having a major share of their GDP by manufacturing sector. Why we kept on saying manufacturing sector plays a very close and crucial role for the development of nation? For a simple reason, it generates employment and it helps the agricultural sector and it improves the export and foreign exchange. So the income and the advantages of manufacturing sector among the industrial sector is very high. So practically speaking, to compare with the rest of other sector, manufacturing sector plays a crucial role in our economy. I hope this lecture is enough. Thank you.